14 years old when I went to my first suffragettes meeting. Coming home from school one day, I met my mother just setting out for the meeting, and I begged her to let me come. It was very clear to me that we are divided by rules, defined by our sex.
A woman's place is at home, caring, nurturing. Well, she has no place in Parliament.
Why are women prohibited from having the benefit of a parliament when they pay the same taxes?
And I consider they ought to have the same liberty, the ability
to speak freely,
and for our views to matter.
But don't you think some of them don't want to vote? Ever thought some women were happy to be looked after and to be spoken to and not to speak up?
Don't want to vote.
Don't want to vote.
How could women ever feel that is right? Are they so mind-numbing, narrow-minded, that they feel their views are worthless? Laughable.
Stop that nonsense.
And I consider, if we're not allowed the same liberty, well, the country will destruct. It will implode into an unrecognisable, hateful place.
A place that we brought our children into.
This is an act of injustice.
We all most solemnly declare.
Women have no protection as the law now stands. Our voice is distant. Without Emmeline Pankhurst,
We see no future.
Many of us have lost our property and land due to the sex we were born into, by the unjust laws of the land set down by men.
But you don't fight for your country. You don't lay down your life in battle. But anyway, it's so terribly unladylike.
Oh, do excuse me, kind sir, if our views offend or distract from what we should be doing, being seen and not heard.
You do not process the intellect to vote. Trust in your men. Do as you should. Be quiet and respectful. And never, ever question us men.
Women are equal before God.
It says so in the Bible. Are you saying we ignore God's wishes? Trust in God.
She will provide.
Woman's suffrage is an unjust, unreasonable, unspiritual abnormality. Yes, it is a hard, tasteless, devitalized proposition.
The suffrage was sent to reduce masculinity by the obliteration of femininity.
My parents, especially my father, discussed my brother's education as a matter of real importance. Mine, and that of my sisters, was scarcely mentioned. Holloway Prison is an old place, and has the disadvantages of old places. It is a sad, damp place, but we continue to grow in numbers. The militancy of men through all the centuries has drenched the world with blood. The militancy of women has harmed no human life, but saved the lives of those who fought the battle of righteousness. We are here.
Not because we are lawbreakers. We are here in our efforts to be lawmakers.
1909.
Marion Wallace Dunlop, a WSPU member, became the first woman to go on hunger strike.
1998.
Hardboy Hotel in Ockham refused to serve Lady Harberton owing to her wearing her cycling outfit, knickerbockers.
1846.
Eliza Lynn Linton, an anti-feminist, became the first salaried woman journalist working for the Morning Chronicle.
1834.
New poor law assumed all women dependent on men, all illegitimate children to be the sole responsibility of their mother until they reached 16.
1878.
Surgical Registrar Mr. Louisa Aldridge Blake became the first woman to be awarded degree of diploma.
1804.
Alicia Maynell, the first woman jockey to compete in a horse race. She rode Colonel Thornton's 20-year-old horse, Villingrino. She rode Sidesaddle and lost.
1870.
Cambridge local examinations open to girls and women.
1917.
The first play written by a woman was performed on stage. Aphra Ben's Forced Marriage ran for 6 days at the Duke's Theatre, Lincoln.
1973.
10 women admitted to the London Stock Exchange.
1975.
Margaret Thatcher became the first female Prime Minister in Britain.
Therefore, go on, brave women, and never fear.
Although your case seems dark and drear,